Callum Teeter wants to know, what is your favourite championship match in WrestleMania history? Now, Callum must have had the foresight here to know that we were going to maybe mention Shawn and Taker and Bret and Austin, which were not for a title. So what is your favourite championship match at WrestleMania?
The favourite championship match would probably be, I mean, Austin Michaels wasn't one of the best WrestleMania matches because Michaels went into the match with a very severe back injury, as people know. But I mean, in some ways, that was one of those matches that, because of how important and significant it was to the company at that time and to Steve Austin's career, and he joined the company in December 95. So, I mean, it's only really like 2.5 years after he arrived, but he'd really become a star at King of the Ring 96. So it was, 21 months or something that he'd had to wait for that moment when he finally held the big one. So that to me feels like one of the most important title matches in company history. And I used the phrase sea change before in reference to Austin versus McMahon the following night on Raw. And obviously, Austin versus Michaels was as well. That was the night on which everything changed. So I don't know whether it was my favorite title match there, but to me, it was the most important one that certainly happened in all the time that I've been a fan. I think Savage versus Dibiase was also a really big match at the time because Hogan had been champ from 84 through to early 88. Then the title had been declared vacant. Then we had the one-night tournament at WrestleMania 4. And it was time for somebody else to be champ. And it was almost unthinkable that anyone else could be champ when Hogan was there in his prime. And Savage became champion and Hogan was at ringside and Andre was at ringside. And obviously Andre and Hogan both got involved in the match. I don't think anyone was really disappointed that it was Savage as champ and not Hogan. And I think that spoke volumes about how much and how big a star Savage was at that time, that he could hold that belt and be there with Hogan and no one would resent him for it. And that, of course, then led to that 1 year long storyline of Savage growing jealous of Hogan because he's lusting after Elizabeth and all that, silliness that then led to the Mega Powers Explode, which was, an even bigger match at WrestleMania 5. I probably just ruined it for you now, Kenny, talking about those matches.
Well, I've been ticking them all off so I can have some other ones to myself. Some other ones that I really like. I really love the Undertaker Edge World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania 24. And that's excellent. I loved Edge doing the promo, talking about how he was the kid in the crowd at WrestleMania 6 for Hogan and Warrior, and now he's going to crush that child's dream just like Warrior crushed his and all that kind of stuff. Hogan and Warrior at WrestleMania 6 is another one that I think is a great kind of like these two massive baby faces coming together. Who's going to win? It's in Toronto. The atmosphere is amazing. So I love that one as well. And then I did have one more. No, it's absolutely gone. That was so. There's two more that I really enjoyed. There's lots of big title matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I certainly Edge Undertaker. I thought that was Edge's best ever singles performance. Really best ever performance in a straight one-on-one match. I just thought he was the Undertaker's equal that night. And Warrior Hogan, I remember I was huge giddy fan at that time when that took place. Couldn't wait to watch the match. But looking back at it now, it's kind of tinged with a little bit of sadness because Warrior didn't make it as champ. So I remember at the time feeling golden, just an amazing moment, and just felt again like a huge turning point in company history. But obviously in hindsight, it sadly wasn't because Warrior, for all sorts of reasons, didn't succeed on top.